Hi, you're tuned into My Dad Says Audio. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. Today we'll be taking a look just very quickly at a recent upgrade to my newly completed Teres turntable. It's all customized. The only thing that's kind of stock is the platter and the bearing. So I think I've spoken a little bit about that in previous videos on the Teres. And if what I've recently upgraded to is something that I've always wanted, which is, if you look, you can see a metal ring just at the periphery of the turntable. Now what that's doing is if you're not familiar with periphery rings, the earliest one I know of came with the Trio LOD7, I think it was, which was a really high-end Japanese turntable, which sold, I believe, late 70s, early 80s. And it had a periphery ring that would sit at the edge of the record. And what it does a few good things. Firstly, it flattens any warps. If you've ever had a warped record, you know that the center weight helps a little bit, but if the warp is towards the edge, which it often is, it does the record weight doesn't help as much as doesn't totally correct the problem. But if you've got a record weight and you've got this guy, which is a metal ring that just sits on the outer edges of the turntable, then that pretty much flattens the record right down, all the way flat, which in turn improves tracking. It also dampens vibration in the record, and probably one of the best things it does is it adds rotating mass or inertia. So I don't know why it keeps on focusing. It adds inertia to the platter, so it's more pitch stable. So it's got more pitch stability, and yeah, I really like it. Mine doesn't come with the centering device, which is a bit unfortunate. So it's not completely centric. It's a little. So you can get it pretty close. You just have it kind of wiggle, and you can feel when it's in the center. But it sounds good. I think it's added a bit of extra drive to the sound, bit of extra stability, and I quite like it. It's very easy to fit. It just drops on, and yeah, I love it. I always wanted one. This one I got it from eBay for $350, and I bought it because I thought, for that price, as long as it hasn't been bent, it's a good price. But as my dad says, you got to be really careful with these rings, because if you drop it and it warps, there's no way of fixing it. The ring becomes scrap metal straight away. So yeah, I've got a little spot that I put it just next to the turntable on top of a box, and it lives there quite happily. And yeah, I really like it. And I got it for $350, I think I mentioned. And normally they're like, $700, $650, $700, $1,000, US. So it's because they're not a very big object, but to get them, you've got to have a very large piece of metal to machine away the shape. And so you end up with a lot of debris and cast off material. So, but yeah, as I said, I've always wanted one. I can't really use it on my other turntables. I can't use it on the Rock because the trough gets in the way. Can't use it on the Thorens because it'll muck up the suspension. Can't use it on the Technics SL10 because it won't fit. But the Teres is a perfect match for it. It's really good, and as I said, it sounds good, and it's yeah, it's really good. Most of my records are pretty flat, but yeah, it's the closest you can get to a vacuum platter, which if you've ever heard a vacuum platter, they can sound really good. It really flattens out the vinyl. All right, that's pretty much everything I got to say on that for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If this is your kind of content, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing and sharing. All right, everyone, until next time, have a good one. Bye.